welcome. As we gather for this meeting physically at this place, physically dispersed and virtually constructed, let us take a moment to reflect the meaning of place, and doing so recognise the various traditional lands on which we connect today. We acknowledge that we are hosting this event from the lands of the Gunai people. The town of Warragul, where I am streaming from today, is understood to have come from an Aboriginal word meaning wild or wild dog. It is a privilege to live in Gunai country, land that has never been ceded and no treaty has been signed. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands on which you all work, study and live today. And we welcome Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who may be participating. We pay our respects to elders, past, present and emerging. Hello, my name is Anthony Mayer. I have been a Rotarian in District 9820 since 2002 and a volunteer on the Model United Nations Assembly Committee for 11 years. I'm currently a member of the Rotary E-Club of Latitude 38, and I will be your MC today and will be moderating chat and technology. Before our MUNA Chair, Di Harrison, opens officially our MUNA 2021 online, I'd like to quickly do some housekeeping. Please note, I reiterate that this event is being recorded, and to keep the quality of the sound high during this recorded meeting, please mute yourself when you are not sharing. I may also mute the room if necessary. This helps eliminate background noise and disruptive audio. Please remember to unmute yourself if you're invited to share. Also, if you have any questions during the presentation for the speaker, please type them in the chat box. We will reply to them directly, or we may bring them up during the presentation, if we have time, questions at the end, if your questions aren't covered during the presentation. Also, please feel free to use the reaction buttons. Note that the emoji or meeting reactions will disappear in 10 seconds, while the raise hand and non-verbal feedback, such as yes, no, slow down, speed up, will be persistent and must be manually removed by you or by me. I now have the pleasure in introducing, handing over to our District 9820 Chair and my good friend, Di Harrison. Di is a Gippsland Community Leadership alumni from 2010 in the same year as myself. She's a qualified teacher and the current president of the Rotary Club of Maui. Di has been involved with MUNA for over 8 years, taking on the role of chair at the end of 2019, which I don't think she knew what she was going to be in for. It is with great pride and pleasure that I hand over to Di to officially open our MUNA 2021 online awards.
Thank you so much, Anthony. It's been a real. Is
that just me?
It's just you, I think, because
yes, I can
everyone else can hear me. It might just be you. I'll let you just sort that one out. But a great start, great video, Anthony, and there's a lot of work involved in doing that, and much appreciated. It set a very lively and welcoming tone to our first online event. So before I start, I'd like to warmly welcome everyone who is here this morning. And first of all, the MUNA committee, people who have worked with Anthony and myself in making this happen. And I'll just go through Treasurer Helen O'Brien, and from the Rotary Club of Traralgon, we've got Alf Reiner and Hakim Gassip from the Rotary Club of Casey, and Judy Lyons from the Rotary Club of Trafalgar, Debbie Butler from the Rotary Club of Traralgon, and we've got an apology from Brian Norris and Kerry Schmidt from E-Club Latitude 38. I'd also like to make a special welcome to our District Governor, Bill Degnan, who will be talking to you shortly, District 9820 Governor for this Rotary year. And to our past chair, a special welcome to John Caruana, who's beaming in from Sydney. He's moved to the Rotary Club of West Pennant in New South Wales. So I'm really delighted that you're here with us today, John. It's great. We've got some honourable mentions to volunteers who have assisted us throughout this very long MUNA event. Sean Piper from Berwick Grammar, Brian Holloway from the Rotary Club of Phillip Island and San Remo, Rob Cook, who's the Director of Youth in Rotary District 9820, and our sponsor, of course, Mark Giddens from Gippsland 360, Anthony, who is also sponsoring through Online is Easy, helping small business look big online. And we also need to mention the Rotary Club of Mount Eliza, who provided the Encouragement Award. We've got many Rotarians from around the District 9820, and I warmly welcome you all. I also welcome the couple of teachers who I know who are here this morning, who have been supporting our students, but most of all, I'd like to really warmly welcome the delegates who have participated in this year's MUNA 2021 online event. You are amazing, you have been amazing, and we're really thrilled with how you've stayed the distance with us. And at that point, I think I'd like to hand over to our Rotary District 9820 Governor, Bill Degnan. Over to you, Bill.
Thanks, Di. It's great to be here, and it's great to congratulate all the students taking part. Your ability to research the country you represent, become familiar with their policies and stance on issues, about learning about their culture. I hope that's opened your eyes and you now respect the views of these countries, even if they're different to those of Australia. Well done in preparing your videos in this trying circumstances during COVID shutdown. This is all about growing your knowledge of world affairs and understanding of other cultures. And I offer my appreciation for Di, Alf, Anthony, Helen, and the team for the work that you've done to get this all together. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Bill. And before we do the next part, Anthony, if you're happy for me to do this, I'll do just a very brief overview of the MUNA 2021 statistics and the prizes. So we've had 2.54 hours of Zoom meetings. We've had 384 contacts with students, Rotarians, schools, parents, and other stakeholders. 1,769 emails have been sent and received about MUNA in the last 6 months, because that has been the only way we have been able to communicate with everyone. Normally we can do school visits, etc., but in this particular climate, we're not able to do that. And the person who is responsible for those emails is our communication person, Anthony Mayer. So there's a heap of work there just with the emails. We've got 10 participating Rotary Clubs out of 47 in the Rotary District. We've got 8 schools driven by school counsellors and related support networks, 1 corporate sponsor, Gippsland 360, which is Mark, and we've got the 1 Rotary sponsor for the $500 Best Video Award. Let me just remember that's the prize that we're all aiming for, and which has been divided into the first prize of $300 and runner-up of $200. And so it's been much eagerly awaited for that announcement. So we've got an unexpected encouragement award from the Rotary Club of Mount Eliza for $100, and we're so grateful for the support from the Rotary Club of Mount Eliza. We've got 8 awards with 2 trophies, so it makes a total of 1,100 prize pool and 6 Rotary books, of which it's Humanity in Action, which I have a copy of it just here. A fascinating read. And 52 school students in years 10 or 11 who have worked together as a delegation team of 2. 23 Model United Nations delegations have submitted a 5-minute resolution video. 8 adjudicators have judged 1 hour and 55 minutes of footage, and we've lost count of the lockdowns that have impacted on our MUNA 2021 online video event. I think we have settled on perhaps 6.5 lockdowns, creating much angst for everybody. So with that, I'll just hand it over to Anthony.
Thanks, Di. I think one of the emails I sent out was juggling cats, and it's been a fun ride. Thank you very much, Di. It is now with great pleasure that I introduce to you our special speaker today, the Honourable Russell North, member for Morwell. Russell is an independent in the Legislative Assembly of Victoria. Russell was a business manager before being elected. Elected MLA for Morwell in 2006 with the National Party. He was re-elected in 2010, in 2014, and after resigning from the Nationals in August 2017, was again elected in 2018. Russell is well known for his football exploits and is married with 3 children and lives in Latrobe Valley. Russell's parliamentary appointments and service is impressive, but what may be of interest to our MUNA delegates in respect to our resolution, the sustainable development, protection of global climate for present and future generations of humankind, is that Russell was the Minister for Energy and Resources in 2014, as well as a spokesperson for industry and state development from 2006 to 2008. Russell has been a keen advocate for the Victorian Youth Parliament program, stating that if you have an interest in politics or political journalism, to apply for these programs, which provide a unique opportunity to influence change in our state. Without more ado being furthered, I take great pleasure in introducing a politician I respect and a man I call friend, the Honourable Russell North.
Thank you, Anthony. It's very kind of you. Can I firstly acknowledge the traditional owners on the lands which we meet today across all of our respective areas that we're zooming in from today. And I pay my respects to elders past and present, to District Governor Bill, to all Rotarians, in particular all those who have been part of the MUNA program. Congratulations and well done on pulling all this together remotely over the past weeks and months. And to all the student delegates, it's wonderful for me to be here this morning and join with you on this special occasion. And I appreciate the opportunity, Anthony, of being here this morning. You might recall that some years ago we were out the back of Warragul for a presentation in person. I can't recall exactly where it was, but I certainly throw my
at the Nearham South, the Forest Edge Camp.
It was, there you go.
We moved to San Remo. We're in Phillip Island now, although we're online now. We're around the world.
Yeah, that's great. Now, Anthony, before I start, so I'm announcing the Peace Prize first.
You are? Do you want to? Yes, you can do that now. That'd be great.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get the ball rolling first of all before I say a few words, but it's my pleasure to announce the winners of the Peace Prize. So this is for the delegation that is best seen to influence world peace. The District 9820 MUNA Perpetual Peace Shield is a trophy awarded to the school and will be engraved with the winning students' names and held at the school for 12 months. The delegation will also receive a trophy and certificate and gift voucher to the tune of $100. And can I say at this stage, thank you to our wonderful sponsors who are supporting these awards. So without ado further, the winners are Anna and Hamna from Team Australia A, St Paul's Anglican Grammar School, Traralgon.
Congratulations, well done.
Yes, and I'd love to hear more about their submission if we have time.
Well, we can ask, are they here? Anna, we have.
Yes, we're here.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
congratulations.
You guys have cameras?
Sorry?
Yeah, it's all right if you don't have cameras, but if you do, you're welcome to turn them on. So congratulations.
Hi. Thank you.
Are you able to tell us briefly, Anna, about your submission?
Yeah, so our submission, we're Australia A, and so our submission was just kind of based off of all the alliances we made and trying to just create more community and just trying to create a better community so we can all move forward and try and help the environment and try to move towards more renewables.
Well done. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
So, Anthony, thank you for the opportunity to say a few words, and I'm happy for people to intercede or put any questions in the chat box. So feel free to interrupt me. Sometimes the conversation's better if people just interrupt and say, "What about this?" along the way, and that's okay.
If you're happy with that, I'm fine with that. People can also put messages in chat. So if people want to interrupt, that's fine. Remember to take yourself off mute, people, because I will hit the mute all button periodically to make sure we don't have background noise.
Sure. Well, it's an interesting topic, of course, what the delegates have put together in terms of looking at world peace along with climate change. And I would suggest that the two major topics of conversation, not only in Australia but worldwide, of course, are climate change and the COVID pandemic situation. And in many respects, both of those topics do cause differences of opinion, if you want to put it that way, and does threaten peace in many respects. And if I look at the COVID situation here in Australia as an example, where we've seen in Melbourne, for example, a number of protests that have turned violent, and we've probably something that we're not expected to or tuned to in this country. And the reason that occurs, in my opinion, and this is all my opinion, by the way, is that, of course, when governments or leaders set out directions to which people are particularly passionate about, they voice their opinion in a different way, and sometimes that is taking to the streets and protesting. If you compare that to what I would say the climate change protests, it's a far different proposition, where it's mainly held in a more peaceful manner, trying to put out there the notion that we should, as Anna has just quite rightly pointed out, transition to renewables. So you see peaceful protests, and you see protests that are more violent related. And unfortunately, in the current environment that we have in Australia, we're seeing more and more of that. And so it's a real vexed question for not only community leaders at a local level, but of course our leaders at a state and national level, about how you bring people together and how can we work in harmony for the greater good of our community. And again, if I just touch on the COVID situation, I think a lot of the problem that we have in Australia at the moment with regards to trying to find peace about the COVID situation is this, and I'll premise my comments on the fact is, we're probably all on the same page. We're probably all aligned about where we want to be. We don't want COVID to be part of our lives. It's a horrid virus, and we want to do whatever we can to protect ourselves. The problem we have is that we've got inconsistency between different levels of government, different states, and the federal and state government. And I'm particularly seeing that at the moment with respect to the vaccination mandate, where it's now required for authorised workers to be vaccinated. Yet when people come to me with this issue, they then point to the federal government and say, well, hang on, the federal government's saying it's voluntary, the state government's telling me it's mandatory. So we don't have this alignment or links in how we come out of COVID. You know, you might have seen yesterday in some of the news articles and commentary around the fact that New South Wales has a different pathway to Victoria, and some Victorians see this. So we see this disharmony, we see this fracturing of the rules. So this is my opinion, is that a lack of consistency in the application of how we get out of the rules across the various states and territories and the federal level is really festering this disharmony, which is a shame to see. And I think part of the problem also is that it's a hard thing for me to say, but a lot of people in our communities see governments and see premiers and prime ministers, and there's a lack of faith or trust in there. So every day that the premier or prime minister's out there espousing the rules that we all have to live by, there's some mistrust there. So what is the best way to handle that? How do we get around that situation? And I think the state government should be doing more like it's done in the last couple of weeks. And you might have seen that we're now having ICU nurses come out and speak to the public about the fact that if you're not vaccinated, you end up in our wards and you end up very sick and you may die. And we're also hearing from COVID survivors who have had the virus. Now, I think that's a far better strategy, excuse me, of bringing people along with you when you've got real life experiences from people at the front line in respected vocations like being an ICU nurse can bring people along with you. And so I think there's an opportunity for us all to do that. But it needs consistency of messaging, it needs a consistency of rules, and hearing real life experiences from people going through these scenarios at the moment. And it's much like the climate change issue. Again, I'll premise any comments by saying, I actually think the majority, vast majority of people want to see net zero emissions by 2050 or earlier. We want to see all our local communities being as environmentally conscious and friendly as we possibly can, as quick as we can. The issue really that we're seeing a lot of the debate or fracturing of relationships is around the fact, how do we get there? And particularly for our community in the Latrobe Valley, which has the power stations in our community, is what is the plan? What is the transition plan? What does it look like? And I firmly believe that if we did have a plan, it would be accepted by the absolute vast majority of the community. Now, you will always have a minority of people who don't agree and are very fixed in their views. But again, we need consistency of policy and consistency of leadership at a local level, a state level, and also at a federal government level. So they're probably just an overview, Anthony, of my view. It's a tough situation because, again, we all want peace, but how do we bring peace? And what I'd say to the student delegates today and everybody is, the fact is, look, I might have some views and opinions about things that are happening in the world, but I always respect everybody else's view and opinion. And I think if we're all able to do that, and sometimes we might have to say, look, I agree to disagree, but I don't dislike you. I don't hate you because of that. I think we would have a far better world if we were more respectful of each other's views and opinions. The last thing I would also say is it's really hard in my vocation and in my job because I think, unfortunately, I don't know if there's anybody in the media here, but the media does have a lot to answer for, I think, in my view, when we're talking about world peace and some of these topical issues. You know, they're always happy to promote the divide and the division and the issues. And I think, unfortunately, this festers some of the opportunities that happen, particularly in the political landscape. So I'll leave it there, Anthony, if that's okay, but happy to take any questions or how you want to run it.
No, that's great. Look, I actually, so any of the students, delegates, any of the adults here, anyone who would like to put a question to Russell, that would be fine. Russell, I'd like to ask you though, how do you deal with people who have two conflicting or ideologically different opinions about something when you have to make a decision for a community? How do you manage that in politics, in leadership?
Yeah, that is a really tough one, and we're seeing it at the moment. In both the subjects we were just talking about, climate change and the COVID situation. Look,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm always respectful, because sometimes you have to come up with a decision in Parliament, for example. It might be particular laws and so forth. So I think just being upfront and honest and respectful is, and saying, look, you might not agree with the position that I've taken, but I absolutely understand what you're saying and respect your views. And I try and put myself in the other person's shoes. And I think I've always been able to do that and be respectful. Now, not always are people respectful back, because they want you to support their position or view. But I think generally when you go back to them, just say, look, there's no point me telling you one thing when I'm doing another thing. So look, these are the reasons. This is a rationale why I'm making this decision. I respect your views, and look, happy to talk about them anytime with people. So I think just being respectful of others and other people's positions and views. I always use the football analogy a little bit, is just because I barrack for Richmond and Helen barracks for Collingwood doesn't mean I dislike her. We might have a different view on who we support, but it shouldn't mean that we dislike people because of their opinion. And my view, it shouldn't matter what opinion that is. You've just got to be respectful.
Cool. It's interesting you mentioned Helen, because she said that maybe your bio needs an update because you have a grandbaby in your family now. Completely off topic.
Completely off topic, but a good one, yes. Yes, a lovely grandbaby.
So does any of the delegates have, thank you, Russell. I think it's a hard thing in leadership, because when you only have one decision to make, but many opinions to consider, I think it's very much the ability to be empathetic is really important, so that you cover everybody off, you consider everybody's opinion. But obviously
Yes.
there can only be one decision.
Yes, yeah, and that's right, and that's a tough situation, but that's what you're there to do. And as I say, it's just taking into account people's views and opinions. Sometimes you come up with a decision that's not going to appease everybody, but again, I think just being upfront and honest and respectful to people, it generally gets you through.
Great. Thank you, Russell. So do we have any questions from the delegates there? I know it's Sunday morning. It's good, we can move. Look, Russell, I would like to thank you very much for joining us this morning, and I think it's very appropriate that you were the one to read out our Peace Award. I have known you for many years, and I think that you do conduct yourself in a very honourable and peaceful way. So I thank you very much for spending time to be with us today and to announce that award. I'm very grateful, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anthony, and thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it, and I wish all the delegates well, and all Rotarians. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll hang in there for the rest of the meeting, though, if that's okay.
Well, we would love that. Thank you very much. We would very much appreciate you staying with us.
I will, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. So with that, I am now going to announce the, oh, sorry. So I did notice we didn't have questions. I'm now going to move on to the People's Choice Award. So, okay. So with the People's Choice Award, it's voted directly by the students. There is one vote per delegation for one other delegation. The winning delegation receives a gift certificate and a voucher for $100. There were 13 votes cast out of the possible 23, so some of you abstained from voting. China, Egypt, South Korea, Morocco, USA, Japan, and Saudi Arabia all received one vote. Brazil got 2 votes. Congratulations, Brazil. And the clear winner with the remaining 4 votes is Sweden. Congratulations, Sweden. Orlando Randalls and Nigel Matthew from Frankston High School, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Frankston. And we would be very happy to hear from those guys if they're here today. You here, guys?
Hello.
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 Turn the camera on.
Yeah.
I don't have my camera today.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Do any of you have a camera? You're welcome to say something. Tell us a little bit about why you think people voted you as people's choice.
It's been an amazing opportunity for MUNA, and I think many other delegations and everyone's just been like fantastic, and they've always been helpful, kind. So it's really like, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who organized the event, and of course everyone like from school and delegations and everything. So yeah, thank you for the award.
You're very welcome.
I'd like to say thank you so much to my partner Nigel. He did so much on Facebook for organizing the fund thing that we set up and getting all the countries involved. So yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. Well done, guys. Congratulations on that. I think that is a people's choice, voted by everybody else. Well done. So next, I would like to invite our MUNA, one of our MUNA adjudicators, Dr. Judith Lyons, to present the best country dress.
Thank you, Anthony. On behalf of the MUNA event, I would like to have the pleasure of representing the delegates that represented the country costume. We do acknowledge, due to the lockdown, that many of the countries were unable to get the costumes. However, for those that made the effort, we would like to thank you very much for making the effort. And honorable mentions go to Russia and USA for their dress up. But the winner stood out in the sense that it wasn't just the costume, they also used the music, the ambience, and the garden in the video to show the country and what it stands for. The winner for the best costume is Japan. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you very much. Well done. Japan, would you like to say something to us, Japan? Do we have Japan here today? Do we have Japan in the room today? Maybe not. Okay. The next award we're moving on to is to announce the Encouragement Awards. And I will announce those for you. So the Rotary Club of Mount Isa offered the MUNA committee an additional $100 for an encouragement award. This was to be awarded to any delegation the MUNA team thought was deserving of some recognition, given the high caliber of all debates and all the delegations. Because of that, we had to actually split the award into two. So there are two awards splitting this prize. So $50 per delegation. So the encouragement awards this year goes to one to Brazil, Eva and Isabella from Toorak College, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Mount Isa. And number two is to USA, Owen and Sebastian from St. Margaret's Berwick Grammar and from the Rotary Club of Berwick. Guys, congratulations. Would you like to say anything?
Thank you.
Yeah, well, the United States would like to thank certainly Rotary.
That's such a surprise, Sebastian.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, you can say more than that, mate. You did a great job. Your video was fantastic. Not that that's what we're talking about now. Okay.
Eva spoke, wanted to say something too there, Anthony.
Yep. Go, Eva. You just need to unmute yourself.
Thank you.
I can jump in for Jamie. We'd like to say thank you for all the support that we've had through MUNA, and to also the delegates that have made it so enjoyable for us. I don't think we would have kept going through it if we didn't have our group chats through COVID and sort of all the new friends that we've made through the process.
Fantastic. Well, I think you did a great job, and your encouragement award was well earned, guys. Well done. Okay. Sorry, is there someone who would like to say something? Okay. Okay, so the next is our quiz winners. And what I would like to do is ask Di Harrison to go through our quiz winners.
Okay, thanks very much, Anthony. First of all, I just wanted to give background. It seems a bit odd to run a quiz when we're doing an online MUNA event, but when we usually have the face-to-face activity over the whole weekend, we set up opportunities for students to come together and to get to know each other. And so having the quiz was Anthony's brainchild as a means of creating an opportunity for students to get together, for us to give them support if needed, and for the students to engage virtually. And it was held on the 14th of August, which seems such a long time ago. And it was the third get together that we did. And so we were doing get-togethers with the students to try and replicate what we would have been doing on a weekend. So this was the third one, and we asked the students to submit the questions, and they were quite tricky. They did true and false questions, and there was 20 questions, I think, in all. And so we had in third place Mongolia with Razna and Jessica from Nossal High School. So congratulations, you came in third place. It was a very hotly contested competition, let me just tell you that. So we had in second place, we had equal second place, and it was Morocco with Lily and Isabel from Toorak College. And the other second place getter was Australia A with Anna and Hamna. So congratulations to Morocco and Australia A, because there was only 1 point that separated second place and first place. So our second place winners achieved 42 points, and first place with a score of 43. And yes, I did check the scoring very closely because it was so hotly contested.
You did. You put a lot of work into that, Di. Well done.
In first place, we've got Eva and Bella from Toorak College, Brazil. So congratulations, Brazil, you've done a great job. And it just really picked up from Bella's comments that she made before, that her enjoyment of the online MUNA event was because she got to know others virtually, and they were able to support each other, which was one of the main goals that we had for doing the get-togethers and the quiz. So over to you, Anthony. Can't hear you. No sound.
Oh dear, that's funny. Thank you, Di. Did any of you guys, would you like to say anything before we move on? Any of the quiz winners? So we're about to move on to the much eagerly awaited prize, which is the MUNA prize, which Mark Giddens is our sponsor for the prize today. And there. Such fun juggling. So Mark Giddens is our sponsor from Gippsland 360. He's the sponsor of the Best Video Award winner and runner-up. It's a total of $500 prize pool. It's a total $500 prize pool with $300 for the winning delegation and $200 for the runners-up. Mark is a cinematographer, editor, and commercial drone pilot with an international career in storytelling that spans more than 2 decades. He has covered some of Asia's most notable natural disasters, including the 2004 Christmas Day tsunami in Aceh and the 2011 tsunami in Japan, and has covered the East Gippsland fires and produced a documentary on the recovery of New South Wales communities affected by the fires. As our lead video judge and sponsor for this prize, I welcome Mark to announce the winners. Mark.
Thanks, Anthony. Let me begin by saying I really enjoyed watching all of the videos. Great job to all the student delegates who persevered through these trying COVID times, and also a big call out to the teachers who have supported them along the way, because it's been a really trying times, and it was really good to see so many videos get across the line in the end. There were a few really good videos, and it made it really hard to make a decision. I just wanted to give a couple of honourable mentions to the United States and to Japan. Both of them had really good videos. They were well put together, really nice framing, really good lighting. And I loved also Japan having part of their presentation in the Japanese garden. It was a really good way of doing it. But anyways, on to the awards. I really enjoyed the runner-up, and it was a close call between them and the winner. I love the call to action music in the middle, and there was a really good use of graphics and video. The runner-up for Best Video Production, winning a prize of $200 from Gippsland 360, is Sweden. Orlando Randalls and Nigel Matthew from Frankston High School, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Frankston. Congratulations, guys. I loved how the graphics were put on the side of the frame when Nigel was presenting outside, and there was a really strong pace throughout the video. Congratulations.
Well done, guys. Orlando, Nigel, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you again to everyone. Yeah, so me and my partner Orlando, we've been trying our best with editing the video, and we're glad that all our efforts have been paid off. So yeah, we're just really happy and excited. And
can I ask you, what made you, why do you think you won? What did you do to produce your video? Can you tell us a little bit about the process?
I definitely had to learn new ways of trying to make a video that is visually appealing, I guess, but never really expected to win Best Video runner-up. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you, and yeah, we're really stoked and excited.
Well, I think we should thank you. We should thank you for your good work.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really, really well put together. Like I just loved sitting down and watching the videos, and yeah, yours was a standout for sure. So congratulations again. Now on to the winner. I love their opening sequence. There was some really good video and relevant music used. I love the pace of the editing, and it kept me engaged throughout the whole presentation. The winner for Best Video Production, winning a $300 prize from Gippsland 360, is Morocco. Lily Jones and Isabel King from Toorak College, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Mount Eliza. Congratulations, Lily and Isabel.
Well done. Would you like to, is Lily and Isabel here? And would you like to say anything?
A big thank you to everyone, especially to my partner Izzy. She did the editing, so amazing job to her. And a special thanks to Miss Orr as well, our teacher, for all her support, and for the Rotary for running such an amazing event, and of course for the sponsor as well, and for the other delegates for making the event what it was, despite being online. So yeah, big thank you to everyone.
Thank you. And just a note, somebody did ask if the videos will be actually shown. So will there be an opportunity for videos to be seen? After today's announcements, some of the, or most of the videos that have won prizes today will be put up on the MUNA video channel. We won't put all 23 up, but we will put up the winning videos on the MUNA 9820 YouTube channel. Mark, thank you very much for your sponsorship and your very considered professional opinion in judging our awards today, and the work you did in supporting us, our opening credits, and some of the video editing you've done for me to do the promotions for this event. I very much appreciate your friendship and your professional support. It's very appreciated by your community and by Rotary and this event. Thank you.
Thanks, Anthony. No, it was a pleasure. It was really fun to be involved with the event.
Okay, we're getting to the tail end, and we obviously have run over. We were running a bit late to start, and we're getting to that last bit of the event where we announce the winner. And so I'm going to hand over to Di Harrison. What I might do just before we start, we did have a bit of a technical problem with one of our lead adjudicators, Kate Mayer. Kate, are you here with us today now?
Yes, I am.
Would you like to, I know you missed your spot, but would you like to give us any notes on some of the adjudication? I know that you put a lot of effort into adjudicating. And so for everybody here, Kate Mayer, she's my niece, bit of nepotism, but Kate is a qualified lawyer and very, very keen in debating in her field. And she put a lot of effort into the notes and the watching and adjudicating of your videos. Kate. Have I put you on the spot?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get my camera on. There we go.
There we go.
So well done to everyone. First of all, I do have a few special mentions that I wanted to just give an honourable mention to, a bit of a shout out for their amazing effort that they put in, which you already may have got a bit of a shout out from the other adjudicators, but I'm happy to give you another one. So first of all, Australia A for their teamwork and the amount of research that you guys did, a really wonderful job. Next to Canada for your really unique approach. I think you guys also did a really good effort with your teamwork, and your public speaking skills were really top notch. So well done. And to Russia as well, your effort all round in your video. So your costume, your teamwork, your research, and your public speaking skills were amazing. I'm really impressed with what you came up with, and you managed to get together and actually do your videos together, and the teamwork there was just spot on. I really liked your approach to the feminist arguments that you put in there as well. That was really unique and was very accurate. Despite your delegation, I was really impressed with what you came up with there. And I think everything else has already been covered by our other amazing adjudicators. So that's everything from me.
Thank you, Kate.
And I will just say one more thing. If anybody wants some specific feedback, specifically on your research and your debating skills, because I'm sure all of you are avid debaters and are probably going to continue on with your public speaking. If you do want some specific feedback or some pointers, you're very welcome to reach out to me. I'd love to give you any critique so you can continue on with your public speaking journey. Thank you.
That's awesome, Kate. Thank you very much. I know how much effort you put into considering the event, considering the submissions, and how busy you are with your job. So thank you very much, Kate, for your time. Thank you. Now, so what we've been waiting for, we've got our video awards, but the big winners of MUNA 2021 online, I will hand over to Di Harrison. Di.
Okay, so this is a really exciting time, and I'd really like to thank Kate for her comments, and I'd like to independently viewed all the videos and scored them. So we have, just before I announce the runner-up and the first place winner, I just wanted to let all the students know that whoever's participated, all the delegations who have participated will receive an individual personalised certificate for their participation in MUNA, and these will all be emailed out. And the two shields, the Peace Prize, which has already been announced, is a perpetual shield, as is the overall winner shield. They're perpetual trophies, and they stay at your school for a whole year, and haven't actually done MUNA for 2 years. One's been at Berwick Grammar for nearly 2 years, and the other one's been at Frankston, because they were the previous winners of the Peace Prize in the overall MUNA competition. And they normally stay at the school for 12 months, and they're engraved with the delegation students' names. So each prize-winning delegation, except for the best video and runner-up video, will receive a $50 gift voucher for each student. So there's 2 students in a delegation, so the prize-winning students get a $50 voucher. And the quiz winner, I forgot to mention, gets $20, and the equal second and third get a $10 voucher each, because we really appreciated your effort. And the last point I'd like to make is that participation and decision on winners and prize allocation is at the sole discretion of the Rotary 9820 MUNA committee and is final. So I just wanted to jot that in as a bit of a disclaimer.
Just to let you know, Di,
need a drum roll here.
Di, can I just jump in on you? You're breaking up quite a lot. So if you can do me a favor and just slow down, just in case, because I'm getting some people telling me that you're breaking up.
I'll turn the video off, and hopefully that will help a bit better. Okay, are we right for the runner-up? Okay,
Drum roll. I don't have a drum roll, sorry.
The runner-up, the best delegation for MUNA 2021 online is Israel. Sage Anderson and Christine Denbrock from Mary MacKillop Catholic Regional College, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Leongatha. So congratulations, Sage and Christine. And we'll move on to the overall winner.
What we might do, Di, would those girls, are they with us? Would you like to say anything?
I'm Sage, and I'm one of the delegates for Israel, and I would just like to say thank you so much. And I've really enjoyed the MUNA experience and really like interacting with the other delegations.
What did you like most about MUNA 2021?
Probably interacting with the MUNA delegations. That was like really like good, and yeah, it was great.
Fantastic, thank you. Well, we loved your work. And congratulations.
Thank you.
And Di.
Congratulations. Okay, are we back to the announcement of the overall winner? So the District 9820 MUNA Perpetual Shield winner is Columbia. So Olivia Buellerman and Patrick Johnson from Mary MacKillop Catholic Regional College, Rotary Club of Leongatha. So congratulations, Olivia and Patrick, job well done. So if you'd like to make a comment, over to you. Hope they're here.
Me too. Olivia, Patrick, I know in some of these events, Patrick's been very verbal and vocal during this process. I think a deserving winner, but he does work on weekends. So I have a bad feeling he may not be available here because he's at work. But Patrick, Anthony, when you watch this back, congrats.
Can I suggest that Kapil and Mary might like to make a comment, because they have worked very closely with the runner-up and the winner, as they're both from Mary MacKillop College. So would they like to make a comment?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I might just put my hand up. And sorry, I just had a bit of a moment where I was celebrating with my partner here.
As you should.
Hearing the awards, I know that particularly these 4 students, so Sage, Christine and Pat and Liv, have put a lot of effort, not just towards the end when they submitted, but from the very beginning of the competition. I know, I've seen the hard work that they've put in. And it's probably something that is shared amongst all the teachers and counsellors across the competition, is that their students care. And I think that that's perhaps something I'm proudest of, is that my students care. They care about the issues that were discussed. They care about representing themselves and representing their school. They care about interacting with the other delegates. I think that that's a testament to the entire competition, but in particular, these students and how they've supported each other. And I just want to say a special shout out to Mary and the Leongatha Rotary Club for supporting us, as well as the entire Leongatha delegation for supporting each other. Late night phone calls, emails, Zoom meetings, Google Hangouts, last minute stress freakouts at school at lunchtimes, all of the above. I hope that's okay. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say, really.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
We
Can
really
I-
appreciate your involvement, Capel. Mary, would you like to say
Yeah.
something?
Oh, Anthony, I've been trying to put chats through to you and Di and your team. I've got a bit to say, but I'm overwhelmed. I can honestly say I'm totally shocked, but I shouldn't have doubted it, because Kapil particularly has been an awesome person, the way he has encouraged the students and supported them all the way through it. If there's a Teachers Award for Australia, I'd be giving it to him. I think he's been amazing. So I'd like to thank him for all the work he's done. I definitely would like to, of course, to congratulate the students. I think they've done a great job under really difficult circumstances, because Mary MacKillop School goes from kids from down at Wonthaggi all the way through to probably Foster. It's a huge area. So the fact they could do this, it's been amazing. So to them, to the school for their support, and honestly to the MUNA team, for all of you, Diane and Anthony, yourself, I know Helen, and there's been others. You have to be able to pull this off is great, but the opportunity you are giving young people it's life-changing. So congratulations on the job you've done. It's a job well done. I know you've had huge difficulties, but I'm grateful to you. The Rotary Club of Leongatha are grateful to you very much for all you've done. So thank you.
Very welcome. Yes. Now, so guys, we're coming to the end of this now, and I am going to just say thank you to everybody. But before we go, I want, if you've done this with us before, you understand that I do my welcome screen. So I want you all to turn on your camera if you can. And just as you're doing that, I just want you to remember that the energy reaching the Earth from the sun is equivalent to the whole annual energy use of humanity. All the cars on the road, all the lights, all the air conditioners of the world are equal to just 2 minutes of the sun's rays hitting the globe. With climate change such a big issue, it does seem to make sense to cease the scarring and consuming chunks of our small blue planet when sustainable and renewable options are available. I will obviously give our MUNA chair the ability to speak and close, but I thank you, delegates, for working with us as we found our way for you to have an intelligent and robust engagement in the task. And as this will be my last MUNA year, I'm very grateful for everybody's input. Thank you. Now, if I can get you all to just turn on your screens, I'm just going to do a screenshot for all of us that are here. I think that'll have to do. I haven't got everybody. I'm sorry, we can't fit. I've got 46 people in here still, but thank you, everyone. Okay, so when this Zoom meeting closes, you will be directed to the MUNA feedback page. If you haven't already, paste. And you want to add something more, or if you have already and you want to add something more, please just give us 3 minutes to fill in the survey. For anyone involved with MUNA, student delegates, parents, counsellors, teachers, etc., your feedback will help us to make a better event, and it can be anonymous if you like. I've just pasted the link in chat also, in case, so you can click on that right now. It'll pop up in a separate window, and you can do that at your leisure, but it'll only take 3 minutes. So delegates, especially anybody involved in MUNA, if you don't get that survey link from the chat or from at the end, you can go to our website and follow the links there. That survey will be open for another 48 hours or so as I close up everything in MUNA. I would like to hand over to Di.
Okay, thanks so much, Anthony. I just love the fact that you get a great big screenshot of everybody who's been here, and I just want to let everybody know we do use that for publicity, so don't be surprised if you see yourself on his little, promo for MUNA 2022. I'd just like to first of all thank Anthony for his amazing input into this MUNA online digital presentation. I know he said that this will be his last MUNA, but it's my job to sort of twist his arm and make sure that he's there with us for MUNA 2022 when we're hopefully back down at Phillip Island Adventure Resort, and we're supported by the Rotary Club of San Remo and Phillip Island and San Remo. So Anthony, we'll talk offline about that, and his skills are always on display about what he can do in the digital space. He's a webmaster, and without his directing of this event, it probably wouldn't have happened. So a big round of applause for you, Anthony, from everyone, because we really appreciate your effort, your diligence, your persistence, and a couple of minor grumbles along the way, which are for my ears only. Okay, so I'd also like to thank our District Governor, Bill Degnan, for his words earlier in the program, and that MUNA is a really important youth program for the district, and it really does focus developing the student skills, and there's a range of skills, and they've been highlighted throughout this presentation. Mary Dortmans, thank you so much for your lovely words nearing the end of this presentation. I think they could have been my words.
We did just get a thank you from Mary, Delegates Appreciation, Teachers and MUNA Committee, and a thank you from Russell North. Congratulations and well done. So, and thank you, Russell, for joining us. I don't know if you're on your way out, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks, Anthony, for picking that up. And also for the committee people, the MUNA committee, who have also supported what we've been trying to do for the online event this year, and for all the Rotary Clubs who continue to support. I hope that you're back with us again next year. We're really hopeful of providing a face-to-face event, and we do need the support from all Rotary Clubs who are interested in this particular youth program. And for Mark Giddens, thank you so much. Your sponsorship of the video prize was thrilling. We certainly didn't expect anything like that when we started out. That was a thrilling moment to have you step on board with us and give some inspiration and monetary incentive for students to stay in for the long haul. And I think that really made a difference. We'd certainly like you to be involved with MUNA next year as well. So I'll put you on notice for that, Mark. And for your input, Anthony, from the business perspective, Anthony does a lot behind the scenes from his business. Online is easy. And to everyone else who's made this a great morning. It is now, what time is it? It's now 17 minutes past 11, and I think we'll go out on a great high and congratulate all the prize winners, and I will be in touch through sending emails, certificates, and making arrangements for retrieval of shields and visiting the winning schools to present the shield to the delegates who won the Peace Prize and the overall MUNA 2021 online video competition. So with that, I'll say bye-bye to everyone and thank you so much.
Feel free to turn your cameras on and wave goodbye, people. Thanks, Di.